Okay, good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news from in and around the Whoniverse that may touch you on a strangely physical, maybe even a mental, or even could be a spiritual level. We don't know. But, okay. But speaking of spiritual things, I was on again today, and once again, I had a naysayer trying to knock me down, blah, blah. And it's no, he's not trying to knock my show down. What he's trying to knock me into believing that the show is dying. And I keep telling them, God, man, are you smoking something that I don't know about? Because even after I sent them the articles that showed that Doctor Who's premiere for this year on BBC America broke the record for highest rated, premiere episode of a show, and topped their ratings for the night. Same thing with Australia on their ABC network. It was the highest rated drama of the day. He's still going on and on about, well, the show ain't been in double-digit figures since the end of time with David Tennant. But the thing is, you got to remember, more and more people are watching the show online than they are on television anymore, or they're just simply watching it later on DVR. Plus, as we said, we had a rugby tournament going on that night, plus some other stuff that was going on television. And so people watched it later. That's all. And you're going to get that reflected probably in the final number, which will be out probably by the end of this week. And you can expect that number to jump as high as 3 million viewers probably. Plus the fact that with the new rating system it's going to be kicking in, they're actually going to start counting the online views via iPlayer, iTunes, and whatnot, or BBC Player. So that way it gets a more accurate reflection of how many people are watching the show. And we're going to get more into this in a minute, so I'm not going to drive you nuts on it, okay? But please, it's like, this is a friend of mine. I keep telling him, just because you don't like the way the show is going doesn't mean that the whole thing's tanking based off your mental projections. Okay, let's get into what we do have. Let's go take a look. Here it is. All right, now first up, I just wanted to make sure you all saw this. I'm going to provide a link for it, down in the description box over on the BBC YouTube channel. The intro to the Witch is Familiar is up. It's a nice little video, less than a minute long. It's kind of a nice tie-in. Be sure to go give it a watch. I found it rather entertaining. Moffat and gang, discussing what to look forward to in this episode. No spoilers. Don't worry about that. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about. Now, Warp Factor, of course, produced one of my favorite articles. I think it was Mr. Filer put it out. It was called the Chicken Little Hypothesis. Now we have this one here. The ratings are falling. The ratings are falling. And this was put out by this fella here, Matthew Creasel. And he brings up the exact same things I telling you, that you can't sit down and judge a show based off ratings off of something that was years ago, because the whole medium has changed. I'm sorry, it's a whole new world here in the 21st century. Yes, we do not have our flying cars yet, but damn it, have we got our pads, we've got our iPhones, we've got other various bits of media, we got PCs and things like that to watch the show on rather than going on television. So he basically goes into that, and it takes a really good look at it. And he even brought up the thing about, matter of fact, this was on Den of Geek. Let's go ahead and go to theirs. They're bringing up about on January 21st, 2011, 10.4 million viewers were reported to have tuned in to see the episode as it screened, and he's talking about the End of Time Part 2. Now, keep in mind, End of Time Part 2 was a regeneration episode. It was Tennant's last episode. It was the last episode of the RTD era, and it was also the last episode of a truncated season. You can't compare a series premiere to something that was really the end of an era. So that, I see where they're going right here, but once again, they ain't had double-digit views since the Tennant era. The show's going downhill. It's going to die. I'm getting sick and tired of that nonsense. But I'm going to leave it here for you to check it out for yourself. Doctor Who no longer event television, and this is over on Den of Geek. Okay, moving on, Which is Familiar, Publicity Photos. If you want to run through these, I'm going to leave them out. Also, broadcast details right here. If you want to know what time it's going to be on in your area, it's going to be airing, of course, in the UK at 7:45 p.m. U.S. 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time on BBC America. And I'm not going to run through them all. I'm figure if you're going to want to know when it's on, boom, here it is, and you know where to find it. Okay, so I won't go too much into the images either. You know, I know some people think, "Oh my God, that might be a spoiler." I know. Okay. Okay, character. This is over on Circus Cerberus. Big treat for character options figure collectors this Thursday. Apparently, they've just been told about a special event this Thursday, the 24th, that there will be, which will be of utmost interest to character options figure collectors and fans alike. Apparently, head of product development Al Dewar will be hosting a unique virtual press conference in which he'll be sharing the latest exciting project from his product development team. Now, could it be a new range of figures, fan-sourced ideas? They don't know, but one thing is for sure, Al will be telling all on Thursday. Now, to tune in, right here's the link you're going to go to on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. And, of course, guys, you really need to say 10 a.m. what part of the world? Okay. All right, moving on. BBC America puts The Magician's Apprentice on YouTube. Yes, they did. So what I'm liking about this is the fact that, yeah, they've made the show even available to watch on YouTube in case you missed it around the first time. So here you go. Now, like I said, I'll leave this one for you to judge. You know, like I said, I think it was kind of a ballsy move myself. Okay, get Doctor Who Official Annual 2016 in your Christmas stocking. Basically, this October, BBC Children's Books will be releasing the next installment of the Doctor Who Annual, which promises new adventures for the Doctor and Clara, secrets from the series, fact files of the scariest monsters, and if you know a young Whovian, this is a perfect gift. If you are a young Whovian, this would be well worth picking up. Doctor Who Annual Official 2016 is available to pre-order now with free UK delivery on eligible orders through Amazon's bookstore. It will be released formally on the 1st of October this year. So if you're into if you're into collecting the annuals, and I know there's some people who still are, I was never a big fan of collecting them. Here it is for you, okay? All right, moving on. Support Legend Quest live adventure game starring Tom Baker. That's right, Tom Baker is the voice of the dungeon in a live-action fantasy theater adventure game, which sounds a lot like The Crash of Elysium. Now, created with theatrical props, actors, and illusions, Legend Photography needs your help to get a portable, adaptable dungeon gaming experience off the ground. The idea is a hugely interactive one where members of the audience are invited onto the stage to go on their very own quest, with scenes changing depending on how people react to situations. All right, so if you're into this kind of thing, like I said, I normally do gaming a bit myself. You know, I actually haven't done it in a while, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's always a great thing for the imagination. Plus, come on, Tom Baker, man. How much more, who else would you want, on board for this to do a voice, and narrate it or whatnot? Okay, this one I just threw on for craps and giggles. It's a funny little tribute video someone put together. It's only 2 minutes long. It's I'm Sexy and I Know It, featuring clips of Peter Capaldi, and I hope you get a laugh out of it. So tonight, short and sweet, and I'm sorry to drag the ratings thing out, and I know it bums some people out, but keep in mind, there's too many people out there dooming and glooming. Sit back, enjoy the ride. Don't start sticking your arms up hoping to grab a crossbar and stop the roller coaster up the hill. Come on, man. Enjoy what you're watching. I had to learn that the hard way myself, but you know what? I'm enjoying the show far more now, sitting back just relaxing and chilling, than I ever did throwing a fit about it. So, hey, words of wisdom. Okay, until next time, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Catch you on the flip side.